Perhaps you can describe in a phrase or two why a career in professional environmental services is crucial for the future of Hong Kong.
Well, I can think of at least two. First of all, there is a growing amount of infrastructure that needs to be built in the region. And in order for this infrastructure to be built in a sustainable and resilient way, we need more high caliber environmental professionals who will uphold the integrity that's required to guarantee this. Secondly, there's an increasing number of regulations that are going to come into place. We saw that in Europe, we've seen that in North America, and in Asia, we are also going to see increasing amount of regulations coming in. Hence, with more regulations and more such policies, we will need more professionals both on the enforcement side and on the assessment side.
Why do you think it's important for young Hong Kong-based talents to benchmark themselves to UK environmental standards like those at the University of Aberdeen?
Well, benchmarking is always important. If we want to improve, we always have to know where everyone else is, and then we can figure out where we are and where we want to be. So benchmarking across the world, I think, is always important. And in our case, the benchmarking of standards across the different countries also helps to support the development of our own study guide and our own examination process, ensuring that the content that we have is current and updated. And this helps to make sure that our professionals also are informed of the latest information that they should be informed in order to be a current environmental professional.
So,
where personally do your passion and commitment to your field come from?
I think it comes down to personality. I can think of a few traits or attributes that I have. First of all, I really have a burning sort of purpose in life, and really that purpose in life has driven me most of the time. The purpose of contributing positively to the world. To me, that's important. Secondly, having a positive and persistent attitude, because what we do is helping change happen. And when that happens, quite often it's a very uphill battle. So we need to be positive and persistent in order to make sure we're successful. And of course, I am inspired all the time by fellow practitioners and the mentors all around me who they themselves also have this passion to contribute tirelessly. So having that energy, learning from them, seeing their achievements, it fuels also that energy and passion, and it continues. And that continuity is very important because it's so tiring to be fighting an uphill battle, especially in this field, because quite often that's what we're facing.
How do young scholars in Hong Kong know a postgraduate degree in environmental related subject is the right choice for them?
A postgraduate degree is always useful. And I think that, you know, if you already have an environmental degree for your first one, and you decide to continue a career in the environmental field, then having a postgraduate degree in environment, of course, is a really good idea. Even if your first degree is not in environment, but you are considering taking an environmental postgraduate degree to supplement your current knowledge, also, again, I think it would be a great idea because more and more of the world needs to understand how environment integrates into your work and your daily life.
What's your advice for someone finishing his or her undergraduate studies and concerned about making a difference in the world?
Well, three things. First of all, get to know yourself. What are your values? What's your passion? What drives you? What makes you want to get up in the morning every day and get excited about going to work? Once you know that, then you get a better idea of being able to match whether you are suited for the environmental industry or any other industry or sector. and even how you identify the company that you want to work for. If the values are the same as yours, or the culture is what, you know, makes you tick, then that's probably, you know, one of the best ways to make sure you're in a sustainable, employable position. Secondly, grow your network. That's extremely important. The more people you know, the more you can find out about what jobs are out there, especially even in the environmental field. You have both the nature of the jobs in the private sector and the public sector are all very different. So unless you go out and talk to potential employers or other colleagues who are already in those fields, then you can find out more if they're suited for you. Third, you know, don't be afraid to not choose the path of taking environmental or having a career, full-time career in the environmental field, because basically, no matter where you go, no matter what company you join, you can always bring in best practices, environmental best practices, and really almost lead those that don't believe environment today to start to change their habits as well. And in fact, I think that trying to integrate or make change in fields that don't have currently a big focus on environment would be even more impactful in some cases than having a career in the environmental field itself.